Directors in Little Rock was set to vote on a no confidence resolution concerning Little Rock Police Chief. We just learned about a new push to table the vote. Working for you, Susan LaCroix, joining us now with more on this. Hey, Susan, what do we know about this latest move tonight?
Well, Bob, I just got my hands on this email. It's from the city attorney to the board of directors asking them to hold off on the vote. In it, he said he's concerned that the vote could set them up for legal issues down the line. He also said he just needs more time to vet it. Now, that's just the latest development. I've learned that the city has been looking into the chief at least since March. Investigations that have been kept quiet and haven't been used to clear the chief's name or take action. Before walking through these doors at Little Rock Police Headquarters, Chief Keith Humphrey stood on a stage and swore to protect and serve his city. But what's happened during his year-and-a-half serving the blue has some city leaders seeing red.
I think he's in over his head.
And standing divided on whether the chief should keep his badge.
I have full confidence in him.
Displeasure and lack of confidence that the chief can continue to lead.
Lance Hines is now putting action behind what he first told us in May after our Working for You investigation exposed alleged misconduct by the police chief.
We need a change in leadership in the Little Rock Police Department.
7 months later, Hines put his take in writing. He's behind this no confidence resolution that's now in front of the city board of directors.
You know, it's just time.
There's one vote he already can't count on.
And I don't have any confidence in it, no pun intended, in the resolution.
To Ken Richardson, the resolution is out of line.
We're not elected to run any departments. We're not elected to do staff management.
The mayor's got to pivot and make a decision.
Hines says there's plenty of proof something needs to change with Chief Humphrey. There just hasn't been any action. He points to the past year and what our investigations exposed. The chief is accused of sexually harassing female employees. Also, several credit card companies sued him for outstanding debt racked up before Humphrey was hired, which could have disqualified him for the job. And our investigation uncovered the chief pushed ahead a friend for a department job who lied on the application, all while the chief never mentioned knowing her, even though his car was seen outside her house early in the morning, days after she applied for the job.
That's all been expressed to the mayor. Over the last 6 to 9 months, the mayor's decided not to take action, so I felt at time.
Hines knows only one person can punish or fire the police chief, and that's Mayor Frank Scott Jr.
Do you have confidence in the mayor to take action?
Yeah, I would hope the mayor would do the right thing, but right up until now with the police chief, he, in my opinion, hasn't done the right thing. He's let a situation go from tenuous to bad to worse. And it's not getting better.
His concerns have been building for months, and so have the lawsuits against Chief Humphrey. He faces 5 suits, all filed this year by almost a dozen current and former employees. Their claims range from harassment to retaliation. But the chief says those allegations are part of a conspiracy to get him off the force. And he filed a federal lawsuit claiming his accusers are jeopardizing his civil rights.
He could resign tomorrow. I think that would make all these issues go away. I don't think he is, because I think the mayor's told him he supports him.
This is the norm when you have department heads changing leadership, that you have this criticism.
Before the first lawsuit hit, the city looked into claims involving the chief. It's one of at least 2 internal investigations. The results are sealed because they're personnel files and can only be released if someone is suspended or fired. It also means the board is voting without the full picture.
If there was something there, then they should be taking action where the chief's concerned.
At City Hall, the mayor and city manager aren't talking. I asked both about the HR investigations and was told because they're personnel matters, the city can't comment.
Emails we uncovered shed some light. Messages between the mayor's senior advisor, Kendra Pruitt, and city attorney Tom Carpenter talk about one investigation. In this email, Carpenter goes into honesty complaints that involve the chief and his assistant chiefs. Carpenter questioned if trust was damaged and followed up with, "It seems to me a loss of trust at that level should be a basis for action."
The failure to act will get us sued.
No matter what the investigations found, Hines says he's seen enough and his mind is made up.
We're going to get sued either way. So do you get sued over getting rid of an ineffective police chief, or do you continue to get sued for valid claims for retaliation and harassment?
But to Richardson, the resolution is proof of an organized attack on the chief.
It seemed like it was something that's really intentional, something that's deliberate. So it is safe to say I won't be supporting this. I won't vote for this.
Votes can't change anything. They can only show which board members think the chief should lose his badge, a decision that ultimately falls on the mayor. And the board is set to meet here now in less than an hour. I'm told the plan is to at least discuss the resolution, even though an official word on whether or not the vote will happen has not been made yet. And I do want to stress that that resolution is largely symbolic. Ultimately, it is up to the mayor if he wants to fire the police chief. Again, we're going to head into this meeting and we'll have updates for you throughout the night. Live in Little Rock, Susan Elcory, back to you.
All right, Susan.